you beautiful people out there. My name is Jessica Muffin and welcome to whatever this is. So this is going to be kind of a tutorial almost. It's going to be an editing tutorial as well as an SFX tutorial. I have never done an editing tutorial before. So we'll see how this goes because we're both gonna be learning something today. So today, backstory, at the gym, I heard this song. And it's not like I haven't heard it before. I listen to it way too often than I should. But something clicked and I was like, oh my god, I need to cosplay Antisepticeye to this now that my hair is short. It's not as short as his, but that's okay. And I'm also filming a TikTok along with it, so that has been fun. I've just finished filming Sean's portion, or Jack's, or whatever the fuck. Yes, I've just finished filming his portion, and I'm really excited about how it's going to turn out, but I'm very, very, very scared also about how it's going to turn out, because I haven't really edited anything as crazy as this before, let alone living up to the expectation, not the expectations, but living up to what Robin laid on the table before me and all of us other editors who have cosplayed Auntie and have done this before. So bear with me, first off. If you do want to skip the SFX tutorial section and just go straight to the graphics section, or not graphics, sorry, go straight to the Premiere Pro portion, go to this. And if you only want to like watch the SFX portion, just go stop watching at this timestamp. And if you want to only see the results, it's either at the beginning of this video or the end. I don't know which one. And maybe I'll do, if it's long enough, maybe I'll do separate videos, maybe separate tutorials of how I did this. They aren't going to be that professional. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to fuck up a lot because I know special effects. That's it. So while I have been getting a lot better at editing, I instilled this project upon myself to learn more about Premiere Pro and learn more about Photoshop, because I know a great amount already, but I know there's still so much more for me to learn. Like, I know the basics, like you guys have seen my videos. So yes, I'm very excited about how this is gonna turn out. And there will also be pictures at the end, which will be somewhere among this video. I don't know where. So yeah, so I'm gonna put on a time lapse and just do a voiceover of what I've done. Just because I find it's easier than trying to make things up in the moment when I'm actively doing makeup. I've done this before a lot in the past. Like, I've done a lot of SFX tutorials. They haven't been great, but yeah. Oh, also, so for those of you who don't know who Auntie is, who her Antisepticeye is, he is an alter ego of Jacksepticeye. Yes, I'm aware. I'm a college student who is going to be a senior in the fall, and college students really don't cosplay YouTube alter egos. But I'm not like other college students. I'm more mentally ill. So, but this is what he looks like. And so, as you can see, he has sometimes he has the blacked out eyes, other times he doesn't. This time he will, because they're not going to be completely blacked out, but the irises and everything, instead of me being this pretty blue, they're going to be black, just completely black. And he's going to have a slit throat. I have done a slit throat before. I did have a TikTok about it, but I took it down so fast. So, I am more confident in the work that I put out now. So, it is on my Instagram here. As you can see, this picture is, so, how do I say it? So, for this slit throat, I used both liquid latex and cotton to get the look that I wanted. This time I'm just going to be using scar wax and liquid latex, if not just liquid latex, because instead of having that more like feel, you know, if that makes sense, I want a more clean cut, because Angie deserves that. Also, this is a shirt that is on inside, or not inside out, it's backwards. It's my I Prevail shirt. Enjoy. Hey, who's that sexy voice interrupting your video, you might ask? It's me, God, from the future. Actually no, it's me, it's Paige. But I do want to let you know that if you are going to skip ahead for this video, that there are flashing images, not necessarily flashing lights, but flashing images that may be sensitive to some peeps. So just be careful watching that. And there's also, obviously, you know, this is my channel, so there is special effects makeup there, so please be careful if you don't like that stuff. Also, I might get copywritten for this because the song that I used for this is not mine, as you can tell, because that is not my voice. That is the voice of Chase Holdfelder. This guy. And he owns all the rights to the music, not me. I thought I should preface that by saying that now. So yeah, this is weird. I've never done a voiceover before, but I hope you guys like it a little bit. Okay, so this is going very fast, so I want to let you guys know now. So I'm gonna use Scar Wax with a liquid latex foundation to go ahead and get that all up there. I time-lapse this on my phone, and it is way too fast for my own liking. I slowed it down as much as I could. I try to keep the quality as good as possible, but it's not great. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the Scar Wax onto that tacky latex there, and I'm smoothing it out the best I can using Vaseline to go ahead and get the shape that I want. And now this is fast. I'm already applying color. I'm using a deep purple with my Ben Nye Bruise palette, the little mini one, to put that in the edges there, to go ahead and deepen the edges to make it spookier. Oh, look at me posing like that. How cute. So there I am putting the red in, looking all cute while I do so. Ew, why did I look like that? And now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the room apparently. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna be using my Ripper FX Mini Bloody palette to put, oh, we skipped ahead a little bit there. I'm putting various shades of like red, aged blood all over the place there. And I'm using a detailed brush to get in there as well. And I've left again. I don't know where I went. Oh. Okay, so I got a knife. So I'm adding more color there and putting some around further on the edges and flaring it out so it looks more realistic. And now I'm using my Ripper FX blood jelly as well to put that in there. Or no, sorry, my scab blood. My blood jelly dried up. It was really depressing. Yes. This is a great voiceover. Do you guys like this so far? And now I'm putting stage blood all over the place. I didn't put my running blood in yet. That's going to be a later video. And I kind of smeared it on my face and kind of just kept it. And now that's over. Well, that was fast. So the next one we're going to do is, I'm going to do a mini tutorial about my Adobe After Effects, what I used for my blackout eyes, because, you know, my blackout lenses were gone. So there is a fantastic fucking YouTube channel, called Buttercup Beck. I'm going to go ahead and put them up here as well as put them in the description. Without them, I would not have been able to do this. I'm just going to say that right now. I would not have been able to complete this project because they have 3 step-by-step tutorials on how to do this on Adobe After Effects, and I didn't even use all of the effects in here that they laid out. It is beautiful. It is, for any of you, if you were like gonna, if you are ever gonna do anything using Antisepticeye or editing or whatever, I highly, highly recommend these videos because they're super in-depth and they were able to help me so much. So I'm gonna take a little bit of their knowledge and put it in this tutorial here. The first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and drag in the clip that we want. And then you're gonna go ahead and set it to wherever you want. I made it really, really, really tiny for this, just so I could get just something for a tutorial. Because you need to start at the beginning of the clip. So I made this super, super tiny because it was, you know, this is just a tiny example for you guys. Because those are way more in depth than mine, so I just, you know, wanted to give you a little bit something. So it's like barely 2 seconds. And then what you're gonna do next is you are gonna go ahead and duplicate that clip using Alt-D, and then you're gonna name that clip_mask or whatever you want. I just did that for clarity. That's what they did in their tutorial as well. And then you're gonna right click on that little open space where your clips are, and then go to new and make a new solid. And I named mine iSolid just like they did in their tutorial. It was helpful for me, but you can name it whatever you want. And make sure that solid is black, because this is the solid that we're gonna be using to create our eyes. And then you're gonna go ahead and drag that into the middle of those two clips there. And then next comes the fun part. So you're gonna zoom in. Oh, also before this, I made the mistake of not actually coloring my clip to the way Auntie was. So make sure to do that first in Lumetri scopes and make that however you would like. But next, so you're gonna do a mask around the entire eye, and make sure to reposition it as, you know, as you deem fit. And then once that's done, once that's all like one solid mask, it's gonna like be all black like that and just have a little eyeball there. And you're gonna set the mode to none. That way, and now you should have what looks like this. And now, okay, so my table was a little bit messed up here, but you're gonna find tracker. And then you're gonna go down where it says face tracking there. So that way it'll go ahead and track the movements. And then next there's a little arrow right there on the right hand side next to the tracker. And you're gonna press that to go each individual keyframe. This was the most time consuming part of this whole edit. So, and you adjust it to each keyframe just to make sure it stays. And then you're just, oh yeah, that was me messing up there. When you mess up, you can just, you know, undo it. It's not the end of the world, I promise. Yep, so you're just gonna keep doing that, making it look all cute. Now this, I'm going to preface this by this example. I filmed it at work, so it's not exactly the level of good that I want. This is, the ones in the video are much nicer looking. I was just doing this because, you know, tutorials. So here, have fun for a little bit, watch that. No, that is not the proper shape of an eyeball. For my knowledge, that doesn't really look like an eyeball, but you know, we're just gonna keep it. And here I am going on the other side. So the next thing that you're gonna do, once you're done with that, is you're gonna make another mask for the other eye, and you're just gonna do the same exact thing. You're gonna make a mask, make sure it looks, you know, semi-good. Oh yeah, that's me altering it. If you need it to curve, just press and hold, or click and hold, and then a little thing will pop up where you'll be able to curve that to your desired curve. Yep. And you're gonna do the same thing, make the solid, or make the mode to, oh my god, make the mode to none, and then just do the same exact thing, go frame by frame, eyeball because on this eyeball I was at home recording it, not at work. Oh, and that little clip there where you saw my eyes close. So in this tutorial, I just kind of left it because I could not care less, in my opinion. But when the eyes close and like, it's not, you don't need the mask there at all, you can just go ahead and take the mask off screen and then bring it back. Or if you wanted to, you could end the mask there and create a whole new mask once the eye opens. It's really up to you. When I did it for my video, not this tutorial, but for the video, I just kind of, took it out of frame and put it back in. I didn't feel like the need to make a whole bunch of new masks, but honestly, it's probably faster to make a new mask. It's really up to you. I was kind of zooming along in this one as well. That does not look like an eye page. Oh my god. And sometimes that might happen as well, where like you adjust the frame and then it's just completely gone in the next second. And there's probably an easier way of doing this, but I just kind of grabbed each keyframe and brought them down to readjust the mask there. There is definitely an easier way of doing that. Do I know it? Not necessarily. Was this my second time using Adobe After Effects for this tutorial? Yes, it was. Was my first time for this whole video? Yes. Yes, it was. This whole editing process actually took so long because I was putting all these effects in Adobe After Effects, which it ended up looking great, but it took forever. It took so long, and I'm sure once I keep doing it over and over, it'll take less time, but it was my props to Robin out there. So Robin is the person who edited Jacksepticeye's videos, and edited the Antisepticeye stuff. And yeah, so once you're done, you're gonna go ahead and take the masks off camera like I was saying. And then you're gonna set the mode to subtract and zoom back in so you can see. And then over there on the mask feather, you're gonna put it to 3 pixels or whichever is your desired. They had 3 pixels in the tutorial and I felt like this was good as well. Now you're gonna go ahead and go in that eye solid there and click that. Go to blending mode and then click overlay. Now creepy eyes ensue because usually they would be green if you already had your lumetri scopes on for Anti. But as you can see, I am not green right here. I am very much pale. So we're gonna go ahead and go into put lumetri scopes back in here into that eye solid here. Here's me not being able to find my effects tab. So, once you get there, so the most important thing about these eyes right now are highlights. So I went ahead and made them the green like I did for Anti and made them all, you know, the green hues that I wanted that I had originally had. And you can see my eyes getting a little bit greener and greener there. So the highlights are very, very important here. So you're gonna go ahead and go super, super negative in the highlights so that you get a little bit of glare on there, or not glare, reflection. You can't see it super well on this, but once you're editing and once the video is rendered and everything, you'll be able to see it better. And here it is played back. I slowed it down for you because it was, you know, very, 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 very fast. And it was kind of a crappy job here in that tutorial there, but I just wanted to show that to you. So now you guys can do it at home and make better versions. I promise the one in the final project is better, I promise. You'll just have to see for yourself. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to show you in this tutorial is the Premiere Pro. Kind of, so I wasn't really going to show you, I was going to screen record my whole process here, but first I'm just going to show you my timeline and what it looks like. This is tame compared to the videos I've seen about Robins. This is very, very tame. It's just a lot of super cut up videos, and over here on the left there, you can see that I have a lot of pictures as well as videos. The pictures were super important in this because they're, I have them flashing for a single keyframe. So we're gonna get there soon. I'm gonna show you my first flashing image. Yep, right there. So you just missed it because it is a single keyframe that thing is on. And I use the arrow keys to map out the keyframes because you press 2 arrows to the left, you'll get 2 keyframes, 2 to the right, you'll get 2 keyframes, stuff like that. And you can see here, I only did a single keyframe. So, and you can, I'll play it back here in a second, and you'll only be able to notice it. Oh, why did I pause it? Oh wait, you'll only be able to notice it by the flashing lights there, or the eye, sorry. And then I did the same thing with the picture as well, but you can see it's a little bit longer. I did this for 2 keyframes, just because I thought I liked this image. It was pretty cool, so I kept it in there longer. And you'll see here, right there. Like for that, you can see the whole figure. And for this TV roll here, that's something I did in the Adobe After Effects as well. It's also in those tutorials on YouTube. And there's like a broken record effect that I had. You'll see once you watch it. But for that, I literally just cut and pasted the same small little clip of music over and over and over again to get that effect. And that one only was a few keyframes as well. So this right here is an image overlay. I kind of just put the video on top, and I set the blending mode to screen instead of like messing with the opacity. I was just gonna mask out my body and have me there instead of the whole background, and I think it would look better. But I spent so long on this, I think this is good enough. Yeah. And then you'll see that right there. I did that a few more times. This right here is another image, just a single keyframe, just like last time. And I tried to sync them with the beats of the music as well, since this was going to be for TikTok, but it ended up being the whole song. I really wanted to challenge myself with this, and I really feel like I definitely did. But yeah, so I timed them all to the beat of the music in order to do that. And that's another image. This right here, there's see, that looks so much better than what I just showed you in that tutorial a few minutes ago, because I spent so much time on that. There's another giggle. So here are more image overlays here, and I just used the same technique that I used earlier. I put them on top, and I kind of moved them around to scale and position, and then I used the screen blending mode. Over here, I really like this one because in the last keyframe, you can see me, well, in this, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong one. So this right here, I'm looking at Sean, and then he looks over, which I think is pretty neat because it's kind of like, oh. And this right here, this one is my favorite. Are we gonna go back? Yes, we're gonna go back. In the last second, both Auntie and Sean are both looking down. And I doubt anyone will see it since it flashes up so fast. But I loved that so much. They are both looking down at the same time, and I feel like that really brings out the duality of both of these characters. I love it so much. It's my favorite thing. And that was, I don't know why I kept that in. It was just kind of there. So, just splicing those together. This right here is a little flashback effect that I did. I played around with elementary scopes and messed up their presets a lot. So on the right there, you'll see like intensity, stuff like that. I didn't really mess around with the basic correction or anything, just with this here. And I messed around with the sharpness. I made it as blurry as possible to give them more of that effect. Yeah, just kind of fucked around and find out. So that's basically what this whole video was, just me fucking around and finding out. And there's that little splash of color there with that image. God, I love that image. Which I love. We are almost done here. Just me splicing up an image. Now this is where it gets fun to look at. Look at all that fun stuff right there. So basically that is just a whole bunch of flashing videos and images. I tried to time them every few keyframes to get them, like, you know, moderately even, but still looking random as well. There I was trying to show you the amount of keyframes, but then I got bored. So yeah, that was a whole bunch of fun, trying to splice that together and make it look fun. It was great. Oh yeah, and that right there, the graininess with the black eyes, that was my favorite effect with the black eyes and the grain. I was trying to do the black eyes with the glitch, but then it just wouldn't let me for some reason. Again, I'm still new to Adobe After Effects, so. Fun fact, so this right here, so this, I didn't make this blurry, as you can see. I didn't mess with the presets at all. The sharpness is the same, I didn't mess with it. It's just my camera was out of focus and I didn't realize it. So, I just kind of kept that in because it looked good, so, yeah. Yeah, and then here, so we'll see, I really love the way I did this here because you see Auntie coming towards Sean as he's leaving, and he runs out into the hallway, but then Auntie shows up, and then boom, he's right inside the house again. So he runs out the hallway, and then he finds himself back into the apartment, which I loved doing that so much. And he comes toward him. This was so much fun to like edit together and try to make it not look cringy at all. And this is practically the same thing. I love the duality of these images right here. I just loved it so much. I had so much fun with this, and this is the biggest editing project I've ever done in my entire life. It took so long, but I learned so much, and I'm still learning, and it's just so much fun. So yeah, there's gonna also be behind the scenes going up as well. Oh, here's me showing you my favorite image again. So in true, you know, Antisepticeye form, he always pops up at the end of every single video. So I had to put him in there. And so there's a glitch sound right at the end of that video there. Just found that off of a sound sampler on YouTube as well. And that grain was just leftover grainy image from when I did the grain on his eyes and everything. So yeah, that's basically it. This is my first time ever doing a voiceover, so please bear with me. And so now that that's done, here I'm going to show you the results. Last warning for photosensitive viewers, there are flashing images, as I just shown you, and there's gore, obviously. There can't not be gore. And I want to preface this again that this is not my music. I don't own it. It's not mine. I'm simply borrowing it for the sake of making this video. This is also going to be going on TikTok if you guys want to watch it as well. And sometime later this week or next week, I will be posting the behind the scenes as well, which is less, like strictly tutorial stuff, and it's just me messing around and just filming everything. And so yeah, I hope you like it. And here's the video. Enjoy.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you you belong to me? How my poor heart aches with every step you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you every breath